up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Along with Eric Zier, Scott Howard back here in Atlanta, Georgia, and Texas tied at 16 as we go to overtime here in the SEC Championship game. Georgia's all-time overtime record is 9-7. That's in the history of the program. Kirby Smart's teams are 2-2 in overtime, and these overtime games have seemed to come in bunches under Kirby. We had the first one under him in the Rose Bowl against Oklahoma in January of 2018. And then we had another one against Alabama in the championship game the very next week.
Before we start overtime?
It's the coin toss.
All right. You're the guest. You're going to call the toss. Your choice will be offense if you win, offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play. We have one toss and one toss only. Okay? The logo's heads. The pennant's tails. Tails, heads. Make your call.
Tails.
What do you call?
Tails.
Tails. If I drop it, we do it again. And it is tails. Okay, so you've won the toss. You want to play defense first, and which way do you want to go? Okay, well, you come down there.
All right, Shock, talk to me.
Come around this way.
The toss. My man Tate called tails again, just like when we started the game, and we won the toss. So we're going to be on defense first, see what they got.
All right, so those voices that you heard, it was kind of an amalgam of sounds down there. Tate Ratledge was the guy that called it for Georgia. He called tails and got it right as Steve Marlowe, the referee. A lot of these officials will let the coin bounce on the turf, bounce on the ground, but he catches it. And he showed it to both sides, and it was tails. So Georgia wins the toss here in overtime, and they decide to play defense on this first possession. So Texas will be on offense at the 25-yard line, and they'll be down on this end of the field to start the overtime play. As we said, the overtimes have come in bunches under Kirby. We had two in back-to-back games in the playoffs in 2018 in January, once against Oklahoma, another against Alabama, and now here we are back-to-back games too. Last week, 8 overtimes against Georgia Tech, and now we go to overtime against Texas. So the game clock is off. You work with the play clock. 1st and 10 at the 25, at the Georgia 25, if you will. And Arch Manning is in at quarterback. They snap it, he play fakes, and he will run it. Manning around left tackle will run to the 20 for 5 yards before being stacked up by the linebacker, Smile Munden.
Read option there from Texas. Just fake the off tackle. Arch Manning keeping the football. Good solid pickup for the Longhorns on 1st down of 5 yards. Safe play as well to get that drive going.
Ewers back in now at quarterback. 2nd and 5 from the 20. Snap it back, play fake. Ewers rolls to his right, looks downfield. He just slings it out of bounds on this near sideline.
Great coverage there by the Georgia defense. Malachi Starks in perfect position on the flat route. Tried to roll Ewers out to his right. Nothing happening there, just had to throw that football away.
He had Jaden Blue downfield. That was the intended target, but he was well covered as as he pointed out, and Ewers just dumps it into the boundary. It's 3rd down and 5 now for Texas. Overtime period number 1. Dogs with 4 men across the defensive line. We bring 3. We spy with 1. They throw. Quick slant from the left side. Caught by Wingo right at the 15. And tackled at the 14. That's a first down. Dalen Everett made the stop.
Boy, what a catch right there by Wingo. Everett was all over him.
Got 6 yards. Texas wants to go quick, and then Georgia calls a timeout just ahead of the snap.
Timeout, Georgia.
Dogs stop play here in overtime. 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. When play resumes, Texas with the football at the 14-yard line here in this first overtime possession. 16-16 is our score. Texas led it early with a couple of field goals in the game, a 41-yarder and a 42-yarder to make it 6-0. That was in the second quarter when Georgia got on the board with a 44-yard Woodring field goal to make it 6-3. We went into the locker room at the half like that. Carson Beck injured on the last play of the half and unable to play here in the second half. Georgia came out like a house of fire on that first possession of the third quarter, went 75 yards in 10 plays. ETN a 10-yard touchdown run. Woodring's added a couple of field goals for Georgia since then. Texas added a 41-yard touchdown and a 37-yard field goal moments ago to tie it to force overtime. 1st and goal, play fake Ewers, throw it to the end zone, and incomplete, back left corner, right on the line. Dalen Everett had very tight coverage on Matthew Golden. The pass was a little bit long, sailed on Ewers, and I don't think, even if he does catch it, if he stays in bounds, it was a tough one to try to get to, but it's incomplete. Everett had really good coverage.
Boy, if Everett could have turned around, he may have been able to pick that one. Would have been tough, but good coverage there. 2nd and 10 now.
From the 14, we're in overtime number 1. Snap to Ewers. Throws it, fade route to the near sideline, over the shoulder effort, can't get to it. DeAndre Moore, he was looking up straight to the roof while he was trying to run and angle for the football, and it lands incomplete on this near side in the end zone. So it'll be 3rd down now for Texas from the 14.
Moore was the inside slot receiver there, ran a fade route to the corner of the end zone. Had the safety Starks on him. Good thought there, just good coverage again by Georgia.
Dogs show blitz. Texas doesn't snap it. Play clock at 11. Dogs defense moving around all over the place. Ewers wants a timeout for Texas, and they get it.
Out Texas.
So the Longhorns used the timeout. And a big 3rd and 10 coming up when we continue play here in overtime. I don't think too many souls have left this building tonight. This one was tight throughout, and Texas got the game-tying points with less than 30 seconds remaining to force the extra session with Bert Auburn's 3rd field goal of the game. Winner goes to New Orleans in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's night and gets a first-round bye in the playoffs as the SEC champion. But still some work to do to determine that. Texas, first possession of overtime. Georgia hasn't had a possession yet. 3rd and 10 from the 14 for the Longhorns. They're moving to our right. Ewers has 3 receivers to his right. Now they bring Helm in motion and line him up in the slot. Snap to Ewers. Dumps it off to the back, out of the backfield. Open field tackle, yeah, back at the 14-yard line. KJ Bolden, shaken up earlier. They tackle him closer to the 15. Not sure he got back all the way to the line of scrimmage. May have lost about a half yard. That was Wisner out of the backfield. Ewers was dumping it off, and now here's another field goal try on 4th down for the Longhorns.
That was a quick flat route. Texas had bunch trips formation to the right side. They all ran slants trying to clear the zone and slip Wisner out in the flat. It was one-on-one with Bolden, and Bolden won the battle.
About a 32.5-yard try by Auburn. The hold is good. The kick is good. And on Texas has taken the lead here in overtime, 19-16. But now the Dogs know what? they have to do. They could win the game with a touchdown. 32-yard field goal. Texas had the ball for 7 plays. They covered 10 yards. That's your scoring summary, brought to you by Georgia Metals. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today and say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount. So Auburn now with 4 field goals for the Longhorns. He's missed 2, 4 out of 6 today. Texas has a 19-16 lead here in overtime. They stop Georgia, they win the game. Georgia gets a field goal, we play on. If Georgia gets a touchdown, Dogs win. Ball's on the 25 on the far hash. Dogs moving to our right as well here in this first overtime. Georgia breaks the huddle. Gunnar Stockton in at quarterback. Etienne to his left. 2 receivers to the left. That's the short side of the field. 2 to the right. Snap, fake the pitch to the left. Bootleg and roll and throw it to the tight end. Delp catches it at the 25, makes a man miss to the 20, lowers his shoulders, drives down to the 16-yard line. Oscar Delp picked up 9.
Boy, good job by Oscar Delp making the first guy miss. And then all that focus was on protecting the football, got both arms around it, just ducked his head for a pickup of 8.5 or so on first down.
Second and less than 2. Hill and LaFowl, the linebackers, on the hit on Delp for Texas. Etienne to the right of Stockton now. Lovett goes in motion to the left. Georgia on the 16. Stockton will throw it down the line. Caught by Lovett at the 19. That play has not been there today. Texas reads it well, and they drop Lovett back at the 19 for a 3-yard loss, and that's Hill and Makuba, the safety and the linebacker.
I think that was an RPO there. Gunnar thought he had something on the outside, so flipped it out there, but ill-advised as Texas had a couple of guys all over it.
They spotted at the 18, so it's a 2-yard loss. And now it's 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. We're in overtime. Texas 19, Georgia 16. Play fake, Stockton moves to his left, dumps it to the tight end, Delp. He catches it. Wow, he bulls his way for the first down inside the 15-yard line. They hit him before he got to the marker, but number 4 was not going to be denied. He drove those legs and drove the Texas defender into the sideline and out of bounds at the 14. The Dogs pick up the first.
That is just the strength of Oscar Delp. We were trying to take a shot into the end zone. May have had somebody come open late. Good decision there by Stockton. Get it to his check down. Keep trudging along. See if we can find pay dirt.
At the end of the play, Texas had 3 defenders hitting Delp, and he still got the first down. Handoff, Etienne. Etienne makes the first wave miss. He tries to veer out to the right. Running laterally, they tackle him down at the 12-yard line with Makuba, who's got to have 20 tackles by now. That guy's been all over the place.
Boy, Trevor was a shoestring away from busting that outside, and it would have been 6 points had he been able to get out of the tackle.
It was Makuba, great open field tackle. We got 2. It's 2nd down and 8 from the 12. Empty set. Stockton going to run it. 10, 5, 4. Boom! He's drilled. Oh my gosh. Helmet came off. Flags come in. Stockton got hammered at the 4-yard line. Wow. He's up. The helmet goes back on.
And he's okay too.
Oh my goodness.
What a shot.
And that was Makuba that delivered the blow. Flags came in immediately as Stockton was hit up above the shoulders, hitting the head. His helmet came off. Here's the official, Steve Marlowe.
Personal foul targeting defense number 4. The previous plays under further review.
The plays under review for targeting is brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes a stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. What a blow.
That was a vicious, vicious shot. We're trying to look at the replay right now to see if it was targeting.
Looked like he got him with his shoulder, but it was up in his head area, right in the face.
Yeah, he still led with his crown. It was helmet to helmet. I think this is going to be confirmed targeting.
They're taking a look at it. So we'll take 10 seconds to pause for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Once the games are over, relive the biggest plays of the day with me, Denton Day, on College Football Overtime on Sirius XM College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
Dogs with the ball.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. The ball carrier did make the line to gain. It'll be first and goal at the 4-yard line. Number 14 for Georgia will have to sit for one play because his helmet came off.
Oh, look who's coming back into the game now. Carson Beck's putting the helmet back on. Well, it's got to be a running play, certainly. He probably can't throw the football. He's going to take some snaps over there, because Stockton has to come out of the game for one play, as you heard the referee Steve Marlowe explain. So it would only been a 2-yard penalty, and Makuba would have been ejected here in overtime if the had been upheld for targeting, but it was not targeting, as you heard. So Georgia goal to go on the 4. They can win with a touchdown. It's 19-16. Texas leads. We're in overtime.
And Carson Beck out, can barely keep his right arm upright.
High formation. Cash Jones, the fullback. Etienne, the tailback. Beck under center. Hand it to Etienne. Straight ahead. Touchdown. Touchdown. Dogs are SEC champions. Dogs have won it.
What a job by the Georgia offensive line. Freeling and Fairchild right behind that. Chaz Chambliss, I think, was in the game as well, delivered a big block. And the Bulldogs are just mobbing one another in the end zone.
I said Cash Jones. It was the other 32. Who knew that the guy that wears 32 on offense wasn't going to be in the game on offense? It was Chambliss leading the charge, and it was Etienne. Who else is going to score a touchdown against Texas? He had all 5 of them this year against the Longhorns. And Peyton Woodring had all the other points, the 6 field goals. Georgia still celebrating. The Dogs have won it in dramatic fashion, beating the Longhorns 22-19 to capture their 15th SEC title. How about that? We lost the quarterback, then we had to bring him in with one arm for the last play of the game here in overtime. And the Dogs win it on that 4-yard touchdown run by Trevor Etienne.
Boy, once again, the grit, the fight, finding a way to win from this Georgia team, just unbelievable. And to walk out of here after this season as SEC champions, pretty amazing.
Oh my goodness, Georgia fans are going nuts across the way. The redcoats are dancing in the aisles. Wow. 22-19 overtime. So the Dogs win another overtime affair, back to back. You can't beat us if we get you to overtime.
Right now, we're awfully tough.
They're going to roll the stage out on the field. Georgia has another Southeastern Conference championship. They're going to roll the stage out. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll try to grab some players on the field with Shock. He's out there in that melee. Dogs have won it in overtime, 22-19 over Texas to capture the SEC championship. What a finish. We'll be back right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.